I remember it as if it was yesterday. We were walking home from Litchfield School. I think we were right on the 37th turn, and we were talking about this event in the news, the Jim Jones tragedy. And I remember all of us thinking about what we will do, where we would hide if Jim Jones should come to get us. Remember, before this tragedy, we knew nothing of Jonestown and we knew nothing of Jim Jones. At that moment, we thought he was someone who wanted to kill all of us. That's how we felt as children. And so we were thinking of ways or where we would hide. I can remember clearly I was walking on the hot road, and in those days, the tar used to turn into like little bubbles and it would melt and overflow as hot liquid tar. And so sometimes, if you're walking on the road for a long time, because we were going to school barefoot, then we will go in the corner. And I was walking in the grass, and all of my friends were saying what they will do if Jim Jones should come for them. And all I can remember thinking is, I am going to go up in the fowl coop at the top where nobody can find me. As I got older, I put this old tragedy in the recesses of my mind. And it was only when, as an adult, that I went to the United States. And people would ask me, "Where are you from?" And I would say, "I'm from Guyana." And they could not figure out where in the world was Guyana. In my mind, I thought everybody knew where my country was until I had to revert to this story. Yes, this was the story I had to use to say to people, can you remember in the 70s? There was this incident where an American came to a country in South America and he actually poisoned everyone with cyanide Kool-Aid, and they will say, "Oh, oh, oh," and then I had to use that as the story of telling people where my country was. And I felt so bad. I am like, is this the story that I'm going to use to define my country? Is this a story I'm going to tell when I want to tell people where I'm from? And I couldn't. I couldn't let that be the only story. And that is why I decided that the narrative must be shifted. But as I'm looking through this book of all the people who died in Jonestown, I am finally understanding something about life. And that is, do not wait on anyone to create a utopia for you. Don't believe that somebody else would have your best interests at heart.